Gaming is an ever-evolving and ever-changing form of storytelling, with each developer looking to end their stories with something so shocking and dramatic that it would leave the player thinking, even after the game's end. As stories become more thought-provoking and grandiose, we see studios take a bigger risk, including eliminating the main character, the people that we followed from the beginning to the end, the protagonist who he had known, loved, and shaped. Now here is my top 5 list of characters you played that died at the end. And just to let you know that this video contains spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, don't continue. Number 5. Bioshock Infinite, Booker DeWitt. To go through a game thinking that you're just protecting a random girl in order to pay off gambling debts, to knowing that you are actually protecting your daughter Elizabeth, who you had sold to an alternate version of yourself who is a ruthless dictator and a raving lunatic, to then have the same young girl kill you to make sure the existence of this lunatic never comes to pass is just maddening. In its own right, also knowing that Elizabeth sacrifices herself in order to tie the game's maddening loose ends, it really makes you scratch your head and think as to why you played at all, and the reason why the death was so low on this list is because it still was powerful, touching, yet it left me extremely frustrated knowing that everything I had accomplished led to me feeling, well, kind of unfulfilled. And at the same time, oh damn, this game is so good. Number 4. Desmond Miles, Assassin's Creed 3. Oh, poor Desmond. You were bland, but it doesn't mean you deserve to die. Desmond was given a choice. Sacrifice himself and give the world some time to survive, or let it die and rebuild, with him being kind of this relative godlike creature in a sense. So your sacrifice kind of wasn't in vain, and it kind of was. But it still was such a waste. Number 3. Phillips, LA Noire. For those who know me, now I'm a fan of detective-based games and puzzle solvers, and with LA Noire I get that in spades. The game follows our protagonist Cole Phillips as he works his way up the ladder to the police detective before solving a huge case of corruption, and then he's just swept away after saving the life of Elsa before succumbing to his fate. The great thing about LA Noire is that you follow Cole through his successes to his downfalls, up to his death. You see that he has nothing left but to succumb to this fate that he's just left to stew in. Knowing that, he tried his hardest to solve the unsolvable. Number 2. Zack, Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII. With Final Fantasy VII, there was a lot of this game did not cover in terms of Cloud's backstory. When the time came, we got a lot of this fleshed out in Crisis Core as you played Zack, Cloud's mentor and best friend, as he progresses through until the end where you see his life pass before his eyes. The difference between the others and this is that we knew this was coming. We knew eventually that Zack would bite the bullet at the same point before the game's end, but it still doesn't make it any less shocking. Number 1. Frank West, Dead Rising 4. This is the reason why I made this list. This awesome yet annoying death scene. And the reason why this is so annoying is that Frank is one of the most beloved characters in gaming. Frank returns to where it all began, the Wilmot Mall, in order to save his pupil Vic and take down a contingent of intelligent zombies in order to gain information needed to take down those involved in the initial outbreak. The game ends with Frank holding onto a helicopter whilst the newly infected start piling on top of each other in order to reach Frank, Vic, and Park from the ZDC. Frank sacrifices himself in order to save the other 2 survivors and falls to his death. We see the helicopter fly off as Frank is being feasted on by the zombie menace, and the player is left feeling extremely pissed off. As someone who followed Frank from the game's initial conception all the way to here, I do believe that this does bring an end to his story, but does his story really need to end? At least he died a hero, and he will be remembered as a hero that we all saw in him, the hero that we love, not some drunken buffoon that he's kind of played himself out to be. It's still one of those things that really hits you right in the childhood, so to speak. And I hate using that term, but that's what it does. And for Frank and everybody else out there that we know who's played Dead Rising, who loves the character, all I can say to you guys is that I am completely and utterly... You, Capcom! You! He didn't need to die! What is wrong with you people? So that was my top 5, and as always folks, this list is totally my opinion, so if you agree or disagree, leave a comment below, and if you want to see something on this channel that I haven't covered, make sure that you leave a comment below and follow me on social media platforms, and let me know exactly what you think, or what you want to see covered next. And yes, I do know that I'm a little late on my top 5 reasons why the PSVR will succeed. Reason being is I've just been ill over the holidays. I've literally spent the last week and a half trying to recuperate from the flu. It's been ridiculous. Just the fact when, you know, I decide to commit myself to putting out so many videos, I then end up getting knocked down with the flu, which meant that I couldn't even talk for a week. My vocal cords were screwed, to say the least. So I do apologize. We will be back on schedule, guys, and I've got a few more videos coming as well this week. Plus we're going to be concentrating on hitting home with the Logan series that I have been promising you guys since its inception. So that will be done. Thank you guys for being there, and thank you for being a friend. Do 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 do.